Hey, how y'all doing, family? I come back here today with more news. Every day it's the same old foolishness and craziness that's going on. And I want to start off by talking about KDK from BBC News said yesterday on MSNBC in the UK is very nervous about if Trump is reelected because America are their greatest allies. So you got people around the world worried about if this man becomes president again. So, that goes to show you where we at. Everybody is worried about this man becoming the president. So I would advise y'all to get out and vote. They had an audience of, man, it was a gang of people. I don't remember the number that it was, but it was a whole arena filled up talking about this in the UK. That's to start off number one. And then in Georgia, a judge there overturned multiple controversy elections rules that was set by state Republican board. They trying to put in these crazy rules that's messed up for the election, like one of them for like having these people counting all these votes by hand. So the judge did overturn that yesterday about, with these crazy rules, like I said, the controversy election rules that was set by the state Republicans, the state Republican board. So the Republicans trying to change these rules. So of course, so they could try to cheat. We know what they're doing. They trying to cheat for this election and thinking that they're gonna get it off. They set the rules, but then when the Democrats took it to court, they got it overturned. The rules that the thing about the rules that would empower local officials to investigate supposing irregular and required new identification for delivery of absentee ballots. It was slammed for being bureaucracy, overreach. The Republicans in the state have already said they was going to appeal this ruling. So basically what they saying that they want to overturn this here because for the supposedly, like I say, irregular uh, uh, local to the local officials to investigate supposedly irregular and requiring new identification. Why would they want them to have to give new identification for what? What's wrong with the ID that they have? So just showing you where they're going with this. They trying to cheat. They trying to steal Georgia, just like last year. Trump called Kemp and tried to ask him would he find X number of votes so that he could win the election. So since they couldn't do it that way, they try to put it into the voting polls to where they questioning people about their IDs and so that they can are able to carry absentee ballots. So it's all the same old song, same old playbook, same old thing, just trying to do it in a different way. Which is crazy to me. New identification in order to deliver absentee ballots. Who does that? What's wrong with what's wrong with the ID that they have? and it was slammed being bureaucracy and an overreach. It was overreach what they was trying to do, but the judge seen through it and overturned it. Then the Republicans in the state and then the Republicans in the state, since the judge overturned it, they going to appeal this. They want to appeal this law to try to make it, try to get it done. But we already know with them trying to appeal and overturn the ruling, we know what they're going to do. They're going to try to take it to the Supreme Court, where Donald Trump's judges that he put in the Supreme Court could overturn it. But I really don't think they have enough time for that, because the election is already here. We got 18, 19 more days left. So I don't think that they will be able to do it, not this year anyway. But that's why they do all these appeals, because they know who's running the Supreme Court, which is the Republicans. And it's the people that Donald Trump elected, and some of them that think all the same way. They trying to make it, real rough. They actually, really what they want to do is take your votes away. They don't want you to be able to vote. And why wouldn't they want you to be able to vote? It's a reason for that. It's no secret. It's a real good reason for that. They don't want you to vote. Like you hear Kamala Harris always saying on the campaign trail, they trying to take us back. But nobody's going for all that, man. We the people, family, have to stand up against this rhetoric. We have to stand up against it, because if not, the country is going backwards. It's a lot of stuff that's being said that's coming out of this man's mouth. And I got quite a bit of stuff to talk about with things that's coming out this man's mouth. It's not me saying it. It's not my thoughts. I'm regurgitating what he's saying out of his mouth. And all these other people that's trying to do these things think like him. They part of his cult, and they follow master's orders. So basically, they trying to do whatever he say do. Like I said yesterday, because they don't have a backbone. So, let's get it real. Let's get it right, and let's be real about what's going on. Yeah, family. And like I say all the time, man, please like, comment, share, subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. It does not cost any money. It's free. I appreciate it ahead of time. Then we had Mark Cuban out on campaigning for Harris. He said that Trump had this crazy idea that putting 60% tariffs on all products imported from China was going to be a good idea. I know you guys keep hearing this man talk about these tariffs and putting 60% tariffs on these people, and he's claiming that it's a good idea. He said tariffs is his best word in the English dictionary. But I really don't think this man has an idea how tariffs work. And actually, then Trump said Trump thinks China is going to pay not Trump. Mark Cuban said Trump thinks that China is going to pay for it, just like he said. No, Trump thinks China's going to pay for it. Like he said that they was going to pay. He said that Trump thinks China is going to pay for it, just like he said, just like he had the idea that Mexico was going to pay for the wall across the border. Basically, what he's saying is he's sitting up thinking China's going to have to pay for tariffs, but they really not. And just like he was talking about that he was going to build this wall that Mexico was going to pay for, which the wall never got built, and Mexico never paid for the little bit that he tried to put up. So I mean, this is continuous lies about thinking about what he's thinking that they're going to do. When in all actuality, they're not going to have to. They're not going to have to pay for it. That's basically what he's saying. Just like he told that lie about the border wall. So I don't know, you know, what y'all think or how y'all feel. But if you look up how it works, all that 60% tariff tax, you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay more for the product. You're going to have to do all this paying. China's not going to pay that tariff. They're going to charge more. The consumer that's buying it, the corporation that's going to sell it to you, is going to put the extra tax on you to pay for it because they're not going to take the loss. So tariffs is not good for the American people. So I want you to know that. So whenever you hear that word tariffs and what he feels like China's going to pay for it, if I don't know if he's that dumb that he thinks that, but you're going to be the one that have to pay more for product. So it's going to make everything more expensive. That's how come all the professional people in that realm tells you that you're going to have to you and your family going to end up spending $4,000 more a year. And everybody thinks that, oh, everything is high right now. And these things will go up under him. And they also say under Trump's plan, the American economy will be in a recession after the first 6 months of his presidency. So think about that when you get out and vote. Because actually the economy is good. Everything's doing good. Every day Wall Street is closing every day up higher than it ever has. So, listening to this man, don't mess around and screw yourself around and end up making prices and stuff higher for you, because it's not going to hurt him. It's going to hurt you, family. So think about that before you go in that voting booth. And then out in Tennessee, in Shelby County, when the voters go to vote, when the voters is going in to vote, the machines is switching their vote from the Democratic Party to the Republican Party, and it's not happening when the Republicans vote for their party. That's in Shelby County up in Tennessee. You go in and you vote for Harris, and then it changes your vote to Trump, and then they don't have a way to they have a way to fix it, but people have to be aware of that, especially if you're in Tennessee and then you're in Shelby County. Keep an eye on your vote, because if that happens to you, it is a way to fix that. And you're having the problem. Do not leave your. So if you live in Tennessee and Shelby County, and you're having that problem, do not leave your machine. The voting machine has numbers on them. So don't leave that machine. Your voting machine has numbers on them. Ask for a supervisor, and they will help you. They will help you fix it. So if you stand in Shelby County and you in Tennessee and you voting and the machine keeps switching your vote, call for the supervisor to help you, because they have to give you a paper ballot so you could rectify your vote. You don't want to leave upset like, oh, I couldn't vote because it kept switching the party that I was voting for or the person that I was voting for. So make sure, don't get up and leave. Don't leave your machine. Get help and get a paper ballot, and they could fix that problem for you. So I'm just giving the information out so you can know that. And I know it's frustrating. You go in there and it's switching names and stuff like that. Don't get upset. Just be calm and wait for the supervisor to help you to where you can change the vote so you can vote for who you want to. And if you see that you are having the problem with the machine before, and do that before you submit. Do that before you submit your vote. And like I say, ask for a paper ballot. That way, you do not need a supervisor, but one will help you if needed. And if you had the problem with the voting machine, state that. Make sure that you state and document and report it. State that you are having that problem, document it, and report it. If you're having problems with the machine, state that, document it, and report it. Don't submit it. Do not submit it. State it, document it, and report it. And that's the way that you could deal with that problem. So that way you don't leave there upset and mad and you voted for the wrong person. And it's not no fault of your own. It's just some type of glitch in the machine. And stay at your machine. Do not submit it. And the family who come Donald Trump had the same amount of undocumented immigrants still here from when he left office, when he took office. You know, Donald Trump is always talking about the border, talking about the border all the time. Like when he was in there, it was so good and it was working so well for him, and he was doing his thing, which is not true because the evidence shows that when Donald Trump took office, the same amount of immigrants that was still here when he left office. So I don't even know how he's running on the border, or folks is thinking that he can fix the border, or he's fixing the border, but he still had the same amount when he came in. Then when he left out, he had the same amount. So don't believe the border hype. He always want to put all this border stuff to you and make you believe that, oh, he was so good on the border and he was handling business. No, he was terrible. He was inhumane. And with him acting and doing all these type of things, he still had the same amount of immigrants here as when he came in office. So like I say, don't believe the hype. Then another thing, Donald Trump has been ducking interviews. If you've seen, he's been ducking interviews and campaigning, and he's been ducking campaigning. His own campaign manager says that he's not doing it because of exhaustion. He's exhausted. So basically, he's ducking all these interviews and not campaigning because he's exhausted. How you want the most important job in the world and you exhausted? That just shows that he's old and he can't keep up. Just like when he was in there dancing to music for 45 minutes, YMCA and all these kind of stuff, you know, because he can't answer questions. He just blinks out, flicker out like a light. Who does that? Have you ever seen somebody out on the campaign trail and they playing DJ instead of answering questions of the people? And like I say, his own campaign manager said that he's not doing interviews because he's exhausted. So, I mean, you know, all this stuff is telltale signs. Do you want somebody running the country and have to deal with all these other countries and you exhausted? And you exhausted? Oh, I can't deal with Putin today because I'm exhausted. I can't deal with China today because I'm exhausted. Father Time is undefeated. And when you can't deal with these people because you're exhausting, then guess what? That's Homeland Security on the line. You too exhausted to do it. If you can't even keep up on the campaign trail, you don't need to be running. And he's the oldest president that's ever ran for office. Not even president. I'm sorry for even giving him that title. He's the oldest person running for president ever. And he's already exhausted by being on the campaign trail. You know how much stuff you have to do as being president of the United States? Come on, man. Think about that. And think about that before you vote. Trump said that he was Trump. Then he turns around and say that he was the only one that could bring back the manufacturing jobs to America. Then he lost almost 200,000 manufacturing jobs. He lost almost 200,000 manufacturing jobs. 200,000 manufacturing jobs. Do you know how many people that is to be unemployed because of your bad decisions about you being the president of these United States? Do you know how many families and stuff that hurt for losing over 200,000 manufacturing jobs? Come on, man, let's keep this here 1,000. I mean, man, wow. And that was up in Detroit. That was up in Michigan. Where you losing 200,000, but you claim that you was the only one that could bring the jobs back to America. In all actuality, you're taking the jobs away from America. You're not bringing them, and you're making other people suffer behind that. 200,000 manufacturing jobs. Then when he was president, he included, and he did this when he was president. Then when he was president, he included 10,000 of these jobs in Michigan, and the losses started before the pandemic. This is happening in his presidency when before the pandemic. So you can't blame it on, oh, people were sick and I was trying to do something for COVID, which you never really did nothing for COVID, but told people to shoot bleach in their body. And you got 10,000 of these jobs that was lost in Michigan. You know how that hurt people's families? I mean, what more do you need to see? He's not adding to the country. He's taking away. He's taking away. He's subtracting, not adding to the American people. He's hurting people and their families with the things that he's doing and whatever policies that he's implementing and trying to do with these things. These people are losing their jobs. People got to pay their bills. People got to do everything. I mean, imagine if that was you. And you want someone like that to be running the country that's losing and subtracting from America, that's taking jobs away from America, sending them out the country. Then on top of that, Donald Trump, one of the biggest losers of the manufacturing jobs in America's history. He's one of the biggest losers in manufacturing jobs in American history. Not almost or close to. He's down to one of the lower ones. He's the worst one in manufactured jobs in American history. in the track records for the auto industry was also a disaster. They said that when he took office, it was the president. The auto industry was a disaster. Come on, man. I mean, listen to the words that's being used. Not bad. It was a disaster. So what makes you think that he's going to do good on any jobs that you got or any job that you're doing? What will make you think that he's going to do any better? If he's a disaster in one, he's a disaster in all. I mean, and then he promised the workers in Lauren, Michigan, that he was not going to lose one during his presidency. After he promised the people that they was not going to lose one job during his presidency, and he lost over 200,000, then plus an extra 10,000. I mean, you know, where do it stop? But these are the promises that he's making to these people while he's out on the campaign trail, like the promise he's making you right now. Then he turned around and he's making these same promises up in Michigan that he did the last time he ran. Think about that, man. Think about that. But while everybody's out here, family being hurt by his decision, him and his family is not hurting. Think about that, man. Y'all, man, please, family, get out and vote for your best interest. And in this stuff that I'm talking about today, each subject is going to get worse and worse about what I'm talking about. And these things that I'm talking about right now, guess what? This stuff came out today. Most of this stuff came out today. So I just want y'all to know. And like I say, the Wall Street is closing out best that it ever have in American history. Then American automakers announced the closure of 6 auto plants when he was the president. The auto workers closed 6 auto plants when he was the president. Do you know how many people that is? The 6 auto plants closed. And all this is up in different parts of Michigan. But you're going to asking these people for their votes while you starve them out and put lead in their water, about to switching pipes over. You making decisions to do these type of things. And why would you switch them? You're gonna put it in the communities of people of color. the governor up there. That's what they did. You know, but like I said, closed down 6 auto plants when he was president, including General Motors in Warren, Michigan, and in Detroit. Thousands of Michigan auto workers lost their jobs. Thousands of auto workers lost their job. And I know I've been talking about Michigan for a while, but it was a lot going on when he was the president of the United States and what he did, and to show you the character of this person that you need to see before you go in there just voting. Make sure that you voting for the right person for the right reasons. Because if any of it got to do with policy, he don't have none. That's why all these things were happening to these people. And far as the economy, when he was there, the economy was great when he went in there. All that was behind Obama's presidency. It didn't change. Yeah, it got a little better because some of these things takes a while to be implemented, to go all the way into what it needs to go to in order for it to hit the American people. Yeah. Then this other idiot, J.D. Vance, said if they win, they would threaten the Grand River Assembly plant in Lansing, Michigan. In Michigan, the same plant that the Biden-Harris administration saved this year, and over 650 jobs. Why are they keying in on Michigan, man? I don't understand. Why is this man threatening what they would do in Michigan? In Michigan, if they win, I'm gonna read that again. JD Vance said if they win, they would threaten the Grand River Assembly plant in Lansing, Michigan. Why are you threatening? Why would you do that? You see what I'm saying? It's the pattern here. Why are you threatening these people after they voted for you? Why are you threatening to do these things? Threatening the Grand River Assembly plant in Lansing, Michigan. In Michigan, the same plant that they threatening, who just saved it this year? The Biden-Harris administration. Why do these people get off on messing up other people's jobs and other people's livelihoods? For what? What do they gain out of it? It has to be something. It just don't make no sense to me. None of it makes any type of common sense anyway. But these people are telling y'all what they're going to do, family. And just because you don't live in Michigan, what difference do it make? Because once they do it to one, they do it to all. Don't be just about me, me, me. Yeah, think about yourself, but think about the people as well. Seriously, family. I'm just being real about this. Then Trump encouraged the automakers to move their companies. Trump encouraged the automakers to move their companies out of Michigan so they could pay the workers less money. Come on, man. Is this somebody that you really want to vote for? Come on, man. Trump encouraged the automakers to move their companies out of Michigan so they could pay the workers less money. Is this what you want? Because, I mean, if he feels this way about the people in Michigan, you know that he feels the same way about everybody else. Let's be real. I don't know. I do know. Selfish cruelty, no dignity, no character, no nothing. Me, I'm for the people, all the people. So they can pay them less money. And when the UAW went on strike to demand a higher wage that they deserve, they went out there protesting to demand a higher wage that they deserve, so they could take care of their family. And this is what your boy said. Donald Trump went to a non-union shop and he attacked the UAW, and he said striking and selective bargaining does not make a damn bit of difference. So basically what he said, whatever y'all do, it ain't gonna make a difference. But this is the same people that want the Michigan people to vote for him. He went to the place and uttered these words. But then when it's election time, he gets out here and lie and tell you what he gonna do for you. He done showed you what he gonna do for you. Don't bite off into that. Don't bite off into that. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. All this stuff is just ridiculous to me. It doesn't make a bit of sense. Other than you hateful. Then the strong union and high wage, better health care, and human dignity for the union members and everyone else. You don't have to be a member of the union to thank the unions. And really, basically, what Harris was saying when she said this was meaning that the unions make it where you get better pay. The unions make it where you get higher wages. The union makes it where you get better health care. And the union makes it where you get human dignity instead of treated like a second-class citizen. Human dignity for union members. Everyone else don't have to be a member of the union to thank the union for your 5-day work week. Because if it was left up to them, you wouldn't even have a 5-day work week. These are the things that the union fought for: a 5-day work week and your overtime. These are the things that the union fought for and made it to where everybody gets it. And that's what people don't seem to realize. When things get better for certain people, it makes it better for everybody. Because a lot of times when people think, oh, this is a black agenda, this is that, don't nobody have no problem when it's another agenda, when it's other people. But guess what? When things get better for black folks, guess what? It rubs down, it trickles to everybody. It helps everybody. It's never going to be just, it's just for those people. So realize that. We all in this fight together to make things better for everybody, for the people. Everybody should be for the people. I mean, that that's what makes things better for everybody. So, I don't know why people don't understand that. And like I said, and for your overtime. And then Kamala Harris said when she is president, she will sign the PRO Act into law and make it easier for workers to join a union to get better pay, a better wage, and a better work in a better work condition. Who doesn't want that? You get a better wage, a better pay, treated with dignity, and a better work condition. That's what unions end up doing for you, because when people, if your job starts acting crazy, then you go to your union rep and then you let them know what's going on, and the union goes in there and fight for you and keep you with a job. Go get union jobs. You could go down to the union place and you're looking for a job, you can find a job. That's what unions do for you. So you know people need to know that. I mean it's real. People are out here trying to fight for you for real things, family. For real things to happen in your life for you and your family. And these are the things that we have to do in order to make these things happen. Is one of our civic duties is to go vote. Go vote for the people that's in your best interest. Don't get took back to a different mentality to 1798 and keep going back and back with this fascist type thinking. You know, I give a perfect example for fascist: Hitler. He was a fascist. And another fascist type thinking, in my opinion, is America. The way they had the slaves and my ancestors and all that. That's fascist thinking. Don't care about nothing that don't look like them. Man, I'm telling you, man, Harold Melvin said it best. Wake up everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more backwards thinking. Time for thinking ahead. You hear me? Now, Donald Trump is making the same promises that he did before the people in front of the people in Detroit. But don't forget what he did last time. Don't forget. Don't forget. Then now he got his little buddy, his little sidekick, which really he's the sidekick and don't know it. Really Trump's the sidekick and don't know it. But he got his sidekick, which Trump think he's the sidekick. That's how stupid he is. Really, he's the sidekick because he's being used and manipulated and don't know it. The same way Putin and Kim Jong-un would do. All I gotta do is make him think he's special. And he could be manipulated to anything. Why? Because he's stupid. But anyway, Elon Musk say the Dominion voting machines, it's weird. They used in Philadelphia in Maricopa County, places amongst other places. Now he's talking about the Dominion voting machines, talking about it's weird that they're using in Maricopa County. It's probably because they work just fine. But he's trying to throw you over here to make you think something's wrong with their machines. If we lose Pennsylvania, oh my God, I told y'all about Maricopa. Just because you lose don't mean that something's wrong with the machine. That just means you planting seeds to try to make people believe something is going wrong. You got to wake up early in the morning to pull the wool over my eyes. I see right through it. But then what Elon Musk said about the Dominican voting machines is not true. It's already being debunked. Just like eating the dogs and cats and geese up in Springfield, Ohio, was debunked. So this is being debunked already. But these are seeds that they out here trying to plant, sow when they lose. So get out and vote, family. Get out and vote for your best interest, man. All this stuff is done for a reason. This ain't no plans that just got it put in place last year. These plans have been in place probably 20, 30 years ago. While they sit up and throw all the rhetoric out here for you to focus in on, oh, look what Puffy did. Oh, look what Jigga did, and look at this and look at that. These smoke screens to keep your eyes off of what's really going on, and to throw you off to where you're looking at other people and you're blaming other people for what's going on in your life. It don't have nothing to do with other people. It has to do with you getting out here and vote, who you vote for, knowing who you vote for, voting down ballot, use your power, because they don't have the power. You give them your power by not voting. You give them your power for not knowing what you should be doing with your vote. Remember that. They don't have no power. You do. And if you don't like them, you can vote them out. But the difference is this time, this dude want to go in being a dictator, and he don't plan on leaving. And he plans on turning this country upside down. But I'm gonna show you in a minute, because I'm getting down to that part. But we just going place by place, one at a time. So everybody keep up, family. I know everybody here is intelligent. They can keep up and can see through and see the forest for the trees. But and then, like I say, what he's saying about the machines in Maricopa County is not true. The company put out the company that owned these machines put out a statement yesterday that last year, this just happened last year now, family. Last year, Fox News had to pay $788 million. I'll repeat that again. Fox News had to pay $788 million for the defamation lawsuit after repeating Trump's lies about the voting machine company what does Elon Musk expect from Trump's return? Now, this man, Trump put out all these lies last year about the Dominican voting machines, and Fox News was regurgitating these lies like they always do. They always regurgitate this man's lies, but the Dominion voting machine company, they sued Fox News for defamation of character of their machines and won the lawsuit for $788 million. Now Elon Musk is out here talking about the same machines. You see a pattern here. I mean, man, this stuff is like, wow. Expect from Trump in return. And then with Elon Musk giving up $200 million and all these type of things, and now campaigning for Trump, why do you think he's doing this? You think he just like Trump and that's his homie, and I'm out here campaigning and spreading lies and spreading rhetoric for you, and you're not going to give me something in return, a quid pro quo? You think that's not going to happen? You think that's not happening? If you think that's not happening, I'll sell you a bridge. If you think that's not happening, I'll sell you a bridge. You hear me? Everything is for something. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Elon Musk has a big self-interest on what goes on with Trump, trying to get Trump elected because he gets a lot of government contracts. There it goes. Wow, is that what's happening? Well, yeah. Yeah, that's what's happening. That's why he's out there campaigning. You got the richest man over here helping this man get elected, jumping around on stage, just looking stupid, trying to get him elected because of the government contracts. But he ain't stupid because he's doing what he do. He's getting to the bag. He's getting to the money. So don't never once think for a minute that this man just out here because this is my homeboy and this is what we doing. Man, folks need to recognize game, man. Get out and vote, man. These people don't care about you or me or our families. And family, like, share, comment, subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated. I ask every day. It don't cost nothing. It's free. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, man, this stuff don't stop. This stuff don't stop, man. Then Trump is telling the people what he would do to the media if he's elected president. He's talking about taking 60 Minutes off the air. Then he's talking about taking ABC off the air. He said they should take them off the air, and they took a big hit last night. He said they have to be licensed to do what they did last night. You know, and you know, now you want to talk about 60 Minutes in the ABC. Why? Because them folks that don't agree with you, and they let you know if you come on 60 Minutes for what, like every president has done for the last 50 years, if you come on there, they're gonna fact check you. So you got mad and didn't go on there, and then you told ABC somebody need to apologize to you. Like who are you? Don't nobody care if you come or not because you're exhausted anyway. And you ain't gonna do nothing but get on there and lie. But since they won't let you get on there and lie, like these Fox News, then you mad at them. Everybody ain't gonna be dealing with you and your lies, man. Come on there and tell some truth. That way you ain't worried about nobody fact checking you. You wouldn't worry about nobody fact checking you if you was telling the truth, but you such a fucking liar to where, you know, the people just like, wow. And you just sit up here and lie. And I don't know why these channels sit up and just let you get on there and lie. So them the ones you love that you go on to. But you think the American people is stupid to where they don't recognize game. Ain't nobody out here stupid. And he's talking about he should be able to use the American military against the American military against the people that disagrees with him. They keep trying to give him a way out, but he continues to say the same thing. A lot of these different media outlets be trying to change the man's words. The man don't want you changing his words. Leave that man alone. Let him stand on what he believe in. You trying to give him an off-ramp, exit to change what he's saying to something else. He don't want to, because this is what he believes and this is how he feels. And the American people need to know that. So don't sit up and be trying to, oh, well, you know, you're probably saying, no, he's saying what he said like he told you. Stop being stupid. But you want to be in the coat so bad. Well, let's clean it up. He don't want it cleaned up. He's telling you what it is. Believe that. I do. I ain't gonna believe you out there with your broom trying to help the matter like you the cleanup man. If you want to clean up job, go be a street sweeper. You don't need to be an anchor. People believe what they believe and say what they say. That's what I respect. I don't respect you trying to clean it up. Then he keeps talking about the enemy within and says it's bigger. It's a bigger problem than Russia and China. He just said that today again about going against his political enemies. And this is what y'all got to realize, man. You know his political enemies is you. If you're not white, Caucasian, European, whatever you want to call it, if you're not that, he's not for you. He's a fascist. Believe that. And I know I said this yesterday, but he just repeated it again yesterday. Like when Kamala went on Fox News and they said they was gonna roll the clip. They rolled the clip without him saying that. So the Fox News viewers wouldn't think that, oh, he didn't say that. She lied. You know, man, he says it so much to where they eventually see it on their own and to see that Fox News is lying. But Kamala checked him. Last name Bear. I forget his first name. Coward dog. And then today, this is what he said about January 6th rioters. Why are they still being held on? Why are they still being held? No one's being treated like this since the Japanese during the Second World War II. Now he's asking these people that went up and stormed the White House, that went and defecated, urinated, tore up the place, rambling through people's offices, injuring police officers, sticking them and beating them with flags. Some of them committed suicide. Some of them died. But he's asking, why are they still being held? And he said they were patriotic and they are good people. It was a love fest. Now, if he don't care about all the people up there in Congress, the White, in the Senate, and his VP, what do you think he cares about you? And he just said this today. Like, oh no, they didn't do anything wrong. Why are they being held? They are political prisoners. And this is the person that wants you to vote for him. I'm just saying. And then he tried to compare that to the Japanese during Second World War II. He tried to compare that to what happened to the Japanese. But what happened to the Japanese was this. Treated like this since the Japanese during the Second World War II. The difference is the Japanese didn't do nothing. Only thing the Japanese did was being Japanese. Their skin was their sin. They didn't run up in the White House. They didn't go beating up and killing people and doing all that. The Japanese didn't do that. Their skin was their sin. That's why they was held in concentration camps, like what you're trying to do, like what he wants to do to you and me, folks like us, because we're not like them. This is what he wants to do. So don't sit up here and tell me some BS and expect me to believe it. But you know, this is what he's trying to do. This is what all fascist dictators start off doing to try to get to where they're trying to go. This is how it starts. Hitler did it. They did it in Italy. They do it in all these different places for dictatorship. they fascists. But we get into that. Like I say, the only crime was being the only crime was being from a different descent. But Trump tried to make it look like it's equal to what happened on January 6th. He was just talking about this today. He tried to make this, he's talking about this today, and this is nothing but just because these people are from a different place, from a different descent, they was treated this way. At least these people in jail, they ain't outside in a concentration camp, fenced in. And they probably putting up some right now just in case he do get elected so he can start grabbing folks and deporting them. And it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. This is what he plans to do, because that's what fascists do. Then he thinks that people doing time for the crimes on the outrage, he actually wants to use the arcane 200-year law, which is the Alien Act from 1798, to deport 11 million immigrants. And these are laws, and so he's showing you where he's going with this. He ain't talking about nothing forward, nothing ahead of you. He want to go back to, like he say, the good old days and make America great again. He's sitting up telling you, family. He's sitting up telling you what he want to do. It's up to you to listen. But if you don't believe his words, then that's on you. And when it happens, take it on the chin. Be great. Be with your mans in them. But anybody that's not with that, go vote so you can make sure these things don't happen. So we can say today. Then he said, then after that, he also said, then he said, and I'm gonna make this statement twice because it comes up to me twice. Then he said, if he don't get elected, it's gonna be a bloodbath, and that's the least. He said that's the least. If he don't get elected, he just said this today. If he don't get elected, it is gonna be. Well, he been saying it, but he said it again today. He said, if he don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath, and that's the least of it. These are things that he's saying today, and it's escalating right now. These things that he's saying is escalating higher on a whole nother level. He just keeps on and get more adamant and more with it. So if he don't win, it's going to be a bloodbath. So basically what he's saying, he got his little cult together. And then what I can't understand for the life of me, if it was me or you saying something like this, they'd be at our doors coming to get us for terrorist threats. But he could get out here and threaten the country with all this rhetoric. He could get out here and do all this. But we could say we're going to beat somebody up and they'll come get us for terrorist threats. Why is that? Because that's their dictator. That's the front man, the man that's willing to get out here and put it all on the line and say all these things. And what he don't realize, he's probably a puppet to the other people that's going to be running him, pulling his strings. But he's just an idiot to get out here and put himself on Front Street, even though he feels like that. But these are the things that's happening. And he got his people already sitting ready on deck. You could believe that. But I don't care what nobody say. Them are threats. All these things are threats. That's why I named this uh, program this today. That's why I blamed it and named it this today. Because to me, these is nothing but threats. Because if I do it or you do it, we're going to jail. Ain't no doubt. Then he said that he was going to root out the communists and the fascists and the radical left thugs that lives like vermin, and they are proposing the blood of our country. What's happening in our country? We are destroying the fabric of it, and we're not gonna take it anymore, and we are getting rid of these people. You tell me that that's not threatening, folks? You calling other people fascists when you really the fascists, and we threatening the blood of the country, and messing up the fabric of the country, and they're not going for it anymore, and this is ridiculous, and we're gonna root it out. Them are terrorist threats about what he's gonna do if he becomes president. And the crazy part about it, guess what? They're gonna let him. They're gonna let him. Why? Because they want to take this country backwards. And you better realize that this man means what he's talking about. And the Supreme Court then already gave him the green light that that he's immune for anything that he do. But I'm gonna tell you, that was so crazy. I have to read it again one more time. He said that he was going to root out the communists. And if you notice about all people that's dictators, there's people that screwed up in the head, they always use the words that they are. They don't. They try to portray what's on them and project it onto you. Okay, he said he said that he was going to root out the communists and the fascists and the radical left thugs. These are things that they are, but this is what they're saying about us. Thugs that lives like vermin, and they are poisoning the blood of our country. What's happening in our country? We are destroying the fabric of it, and we're not gonna take it anymore. And we are getting rid of these people. Who's these people? Who do you think these people are? For one, them are threats. For two, he said they're getting rid of these people. And for another one, they calling you thugs. They calling us fascists. They calling us all these different things. But he's talking about these people. Who are these people? Man, wake up. You and I know what they're talking about. You and I know what's going on. Like Pac said, you and I know what's going on. So, hey, look here, man. Wake up. Get out and vote. Get out and vote. Vote for your life. Vote for the country. Vote so we don't have a dictator around here, so the country can keep operating and trying to grow. When you got other folks that want to be stumbling blocks, like Harold Melvin said, let's make our stumbling blocks our stepping stones. You feel me? Okay, Here we go. I told you it just gets worse and worse with the stuff he's saying, and these are words and stuff that he said today, not yesterday, not last week, not last month, not 2016. These are things that he's saying right now, today. Okay, Ruth was on MSNBC today. She was saying everything you see Trump doing was done by the fascists. You hear me? But this is what he called us. But this is what she's saying, that everything he's doing was done by the fascists, which I already know he's the fascist, not us. Then she said, and even before Hitler, listen to the names she's using. Even before Hitler came into the power, Hitler was talking about Mussolini, was talking about Merman, Merman rottens that brings diseases and mermixing into Italy. You know, some of these names, a couple of them words, I know I pronounced it wrong, but I'm doing the best as I can. Disease and mersin into Italy. So the same thing Trump is talking about. The immigrants is bringing diseases and different stuff like this. All these things come out the same playbook. I want you to notice everything that he's saying. It retracts back to these people way back in the day, bringing diseases and mercy into Italy, and he declared dictatorship on Pennant colonies and concentration camps inside of Italy. Same thing he's talking about doing, putting concentration camps out here to deport 11 million people. But when he's talking about these 11 million people, it's still more people than the Latin community. I want you to get it. Concentration camps inside Italy, and who was in there? The same group Donald Trump is talking about, the left and the Marxism socialist priests, progressive priests, LGBTQ, and the immigrants, black and brown and yellow people having too many babies. Okay, the same thing he's talking about. The same thing that he's talking about. Yeah, a couple of words I'm stumbling on, but look here, I could get the gist of it. Basically, what she's saying is that he is a fascist, and the people, the guy did the same thing. Let me go back and find his name. Well, let me see. Here she goes. She said, what was his name? Referencing into Italy. They bring in diseases. I'm gonna skip the other word. The diseases into Italy and declaring dictatorship. Ponat colonists and concentration camps. They're putting people in concentration camps inside of Italy. And who was there? Basically, she's asking who was in these concentration camps. Who was this man when he did all this and was turning it to a dictatorship? Who were the people that were there? She says the same group Donald Trump is talking about, and the group is the left and the Marxists and the socialist priests and the progressive priests, the LGBTQ, and the immigrants, the black people and the brown people and the yellow people having two. It said that We're having too many babies. Like I said the other day, they try to say, oh, they get scared because the country getting too brown. There's having too many babies. Need some more white folks. You need these good old white folks. Too many dark people is too many of them. We ain't gonna be able to handle it. And they take over, and ain't no telling what's gonna happen because all the wrong we did to them. And that's the problem. That's where the problem lies. Many people, people having too many babies, all the same playbook he's doing this right before the election to stare and to stare and to dread and fear. That's what he needs to make people feel like he's the answer. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. It's the same playbook, the same thing that they did in Italy, the same thing Hitler did. It's all the same stuff, bro. It's all the same stuff. It's the same old stuff, the same old playbook that he's bringing back. All these things come from that same old tired ass playbook that he's bringing back. And so any idiot that talking about that they're gonna vote this way, they're gonna vote that way. Anybody that's talking about that, you just an idiot. Because that man don't care about you, nothing about you. You, your family, or nobody else like you, nobody that looks like you. The man sits up and talk about it and tell you every single day. But you act like you can't get it. You that inferior or that dumb that you can't see what's happening. And if you can't see what's happening, after this video today, you should be able to see because I done broke it all down to you. All down to you. These ain't my words. I'm reading back to you his words. His words. I'm just telling you the playbook that it's coming from. Like when you get arrested, they say anything you say can and will be used against you in court. I'm using his words to tell you what he's saying so you can recognize everything for what it is, because it's not good. It's not good for you. It's not good for me. It's not good for America. It's not good for none of that. And me personally, I don't want to live in no country where there's no dictator. Just let me know. I'll be on my way. I'm economically cool where I can leave and got my passport. I could roll. But for me, I think that's selfishness because I got kids and grandkids and family here. So think about who you guys are voting for, a family, before you get out and vote, because this is serious. It's serious. Ain't no other election been like this election in my lifetime. And I'm running up on 60. I'll be 60 in the next few months. I ain't seen it in my lifetime. Dear family, like, comment, share, subscribe. It'll be greatly appreciated. Like, comment, share, subscribe. It will be greatly appreciated. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you anything, family. Family, get out and vote like your life depends on it, because it do. And vote up and down ballot. Vote up and down the whole ballot, man. So we can get some stuff done, man. And if we win this election, guess what? We ain't gonna have to worry about this for a good long time, because by the time 4 years go by, folks will be too dang old to run. So they gotta chum like you chum for the Sharks and get the next one ready to try to put this agenda together. But this agenda don't need to fly. This agenda don't need to go unanswered. It don't need to go by. We need to stand up as American people and show how we feel. We don't feel like he feels. This is what we need to do because we all won. You better believe it, except for the idiots. And whoever they are, they know who they are. They know who they are, but we ain't worried about them. We got to worry about what we can do. Forget what they could do. We got to worry about what we can do, what we know we can do. In order to make this situation the way it should be and try to better our country instead of trying to lessen our country and then look down on other people like they second-class citizens and try to deem who you gonna deport and who you gonna do this to and who you gonna do that to with some type of dictatorship. We ain't trying to go back to that. And that's what it'll be if we let this man get in here. So let's be smart, family, and get out and vote. I done broke down a lot of stuff today about what's going on and everything that I'm sitting here telling you. Yeah, it might have been said on other days, but it's being ratcheted up today. It's getting a higher, more to it. You know what I'm saying? So these people mean what they say. And like I say, they try to get these people off ramp, but they don't want to take that off ramp. They standing on what they believe in. That's the only thing that I can respect is you stand on what you believe in, because I'm going to stand on what I believe in, even if it kills me. You better believe it. But, you know, I just want y'all to know, man, I'd have been on here for an hour and 21 minutes. This is my longest video yet. And really, I think it is my best because I gave out a lot of information about what's going on and what's going to happen and what will happen, because the man is already telling you, and what we got to do, we got to believe what we see and what he say. And like I say again, like I said yesterday, like Maya Angelou said, when people show you who they are, believe them. And he showed in the first 4 years. Everybody want to talk about some economy was so well. That was Obama's economy. It sure was. And even in that economy, you lost all them people, them jobs up in Michigan. That's why I talked about Michigan a lot today, because there was a lot going on up there, and we need to win Michigan. We need to win Michigan. We need to win Pennsylvania. We need to win Atlanta with Georgia. We need to win North Carolina. We need to win Florida. We want to run the circles around them. And that's why I get over on here every day and try to speak to everybody because I know that this election right here can change America. And what America do, it will change the world. And like I say again, family, like, share, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate y'all for spending your time with me today. Like, share, subscribe. It don't cost you nothing. It's free. And I really appreciate y'all spending time here with me today. And even if you're not here now, when you come in later, that'll be fine. I'm, you know, whenever I just wanted to get out, if I could reach and touch some people to make them understand and see what's going on, I'm happy with that. Other than that, I appreciate you. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good one. I'm out.